So I watched Supergirl today, and it was an interesting experience in itself because this was the first time in a while that I went to the movie theater by myself. And I had some key takeaways that I wanted to share with y'all today. So the first thing that I got from this, I took away from this movie, was a quote that Supergirl said herself. And to give some context, so at the beginning of the movie, there's this woman, she watches her family get, and she kind of spends the whole movie trying to get revenge, right? And she meets Supergirl, and Supergirl keeps telling her, like, hey, listen, you trying to, this man is not going to get you, it's not going to give you that feeling, it's not going to free you that feeling. And it gets to this point in this movie whenever the woman, the dude that, her whole family, she has the dude on the floor and a sword to his neck, trying, about to, the dude, right? And Supergirl says this quote, let your life be the revenge. And that really hit my soul because being vulnerable for a second, me personally, I don't have my biological dad in my life. And recently I've been on this reflective period of realizing that subconsciously, I was trying to like take revenge back in the world by being enough because me not having my biological father made me feel like I was less or I wasn't worthy to have one. So it resonated with me because of that. And I think that can bleed into other people's lives as well. I think a lot of people can relate to that because we're all, life is life. We're always going to be served unfortunate circumstances. And sometimes we don't really let those go. We hold those dearly to us. We hold grudges within our struggles. So letting your life be a revenge looks like transcending. Whenever someone wrongs you, you counteract that by doing good. Whenever life wrongs you or something's unfortunate, you don't have to spend your entire life trying to make up for it or fill that void. Just get better. Just transcend. Be a better person. Do the right thing. That's one thing that they highlighted a lot in the movie. Before Supergirl's mom died, she made Supergirl promise like, hey, I don't care how you do it. You can be mean, but make sure you're good. Just be good. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. And next point. Remember where you came from. Now, this is a thing that we hear a lot, and it's often linked to being humble. But in this movie, this like remembrance of where she came from kind of grounded her and gave her strength. And as I'm reading the Bible more, one thing that's been revealed to me about humility is that humility, the strongest people have humility. Jesus Christ, a perfect man, his most distinguishable factor in my eyes was his humility. He had all this power, and he didn't use that power to put him above anybody else. He was still a regular person, just with a lot of power, right? So in this movie, remembering where she came from, it gave her strength. It was her why reason, and it was like grounding to her. And also for the girl that was featured in the movie. So remembering where you came from, even if you come from a negative environment, you could still use that because you can use that environment for your future to look back and be like, hey, I don't want to experience this again. I don't want to be in the same situation again. We outside with it. My phone got too hot. Apologies. But picking up where I left off, you can also use that for the good side too. Use the good upbringings to motivate you and ground you because then it tells you who you are. It shows you what morals to keep, how to live the rest of your life. And for me personally, that's my story. I was raised by two amazing people and everyone else around them. And they would always tell me things like to be a leader, not a follower. I'm a leader, I'm not a follower. They would always tell me to do the right thing. I'm someone that most of the time, 80% of the time, I do the right thing. And lastly, just to always be honest. And honesty, I feel like is one of my most distinguishable traits. So remembering where you came from, using that to kind of ground yourself and motivate you to be a better person and to become more of what you already are in a good way. And then my last and final point that I got from this movie, which is probably my favorite one, whenever everything unfolds, the movie's about to end, Supergirl tells Ruthie that she's glad that she met her. And this is important to me because I was recently at a summer camp and I met this girl, and the more we connected and talked and just got to know each other, she would be very vulnerable and honest about how she thought about me and felt about me. And one of the things that she would tell me is that she was so glad that she met me. And whenever I heard that in the theater, my eyes lit up and I literally got chills. I literally got chills. And I was like, dang, it's crazy. And the reason why that resonates and is so important to me is because it let me know that I had a genuine impact on her. And I'm taking my dog out right now. But yeah, let me know that actually having an impact on her. It actually did something in her life for her, right? And it's the same thing for Supergirl situation. She met this girl who was seeking revenge, and the girl actually opened the door to Supergirl facing and confronting what she'd been running from, because in the movie she was like an alcoholic. She was trying to get drunk. She was avoiding all responsibility. All she would do, she would wake up, drink, all that stuff. And the girl allowed her to confront what she where she came from, confront what she was running from. And that is a turning point in the movie, and that's what made Supergirl kind of become this good person and improve. And that you had to go watch the movie. I can't really explain it all. And the second thing is, as Supergirl confronted these things, she was able to help out Ruthie by letting her know that this is not the way to get revenge, by letting her do the right thing. You see how all these points kind of connect? And in my case too, it let me know that I was doing the right thing by not being judgmental whenever I met her, because the more we got vulnerable, the more that we connected with each other, there was no judgment. It was just, oh, okay. It was just appreciation, honest appreciation, and we both showed each other that. So to wrap it all up, Supergirl is a movie that shows you what it's like to remember where you're coming from, to learn that seeking revenge is not a productive way to live life, but transcending and letting your life be the revenge is the best way to live. And then thirdly, making lasting impacts on people and being your best self allows people to improve. And you can improve yourself by being your best self around people. Connection grounds us humans. Connection is something that we need to survive. It's how we've built everything around us. The house that you live in, the cars, the communities, people run the world. So we need to connect. It grounds us. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Catch y'all in the next one.